Welcome back to my channel. In this episode of the NYC vlog series, I'm going to show the art exhibits we visited. Hopefully these shows will still be open by the time you watch this video. If not, then I hope you are inspired to look for some other ones because there's always a show going on in NYC. How appropriate, the art scene in Soho, and because I like Banksy so much, take a look at that. The exhibit is right now while I'm here in New York City. Oh, and this piece next to Banksy, I don't think that's a real Banksy, but I guess it's sort of in the spirit because it's graffiti. However, it doesn't seem to have a message about humanity. If you watched my previous vlog on Bristol, UK, you know how much of a Banksy fan I am. I'll link that video in the description if you want to check it out. This will be my fourth time seeing a Banksy exhibit, but it never gets old to me. Banksy is a graffiti artist based out of Bristol whose works appears in public and often with a political message. The focus of this exhibit is Banksy's time in New York City in 2013, where his works popped up all over the place. Art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. That quote is attributed to Banksy, so keep that in mind when you view his works. See what I mean about political messaging? Anybody remember the Occupy Wall Street movement over 10 years ago? Here's one of my favorite pieces. Here's a little riff of Andy Warhol, but because Banksy is British, it's Tesco soup and not Campbell soup. And Tesco is a supermarket, so remember how it's cheaper to buy generic. This one was found in Brooklyn. You cannot visit a Banksy exhibit without seeing Girl with Balloon. At least this reproduction is intact, unlike the original one that got shredded at Sotheby's auction. Talk about a waste of $25.3 million. I always leave a Banksy exhibit feeling a combination of pessimism and hope in humanity. Last day in New York City and the sun is out bright and strong. One way to hide from the summer heat is to go to an art exhibit. If anything, you get some air conditioning. This time, we're taking the train to NoHo. Hey, I love the trains in NYC. It's such a novelty to have well-functioning public transportation, unlike in Los Angeles. And they have a Buffalo Exchange here too. I used to go to the one in Hollywood. Found some pretty good deals there. Okay, so we made it. We're here at the Small is Beautiful exhibit, which features a bunch of these miniatures. See, in New York City, there's never a shortage of art exhibits to go to. So you don't have to go to the big museums like the MoMA, the Met, the Museum of Natural History. You can just check on one of the apps or one of the websites and see what temporary art exhibit is going on. Why does this remind me of an eye exam chart? Because as you go down, it gets smaller and smaller. Although whenever I get my eyes checked, I can barely read the top line. Just how I took up marathon running as a hobby, my husband took up miniature painting as his hobby, so he was in heaven at this exhibit. Okay, now we're talking. My fantasy of living in a candy land or candy world. Look out for the gummy sharks. I want to reach into the case and eat them. They even had a Lego model of the Beatles, and I appreciate how they kept it authentic with how Paul McCartney holds the guitar. No matter the size of the bill or the currency, there's always a fight between Main Street and Wall Street. I can't believe the details on this art exhibit at an art exhibit. Kinda meta. Or what about the details on this piece made of cardboard? You know that saying about the world's smallest violin? How about the world's smallest harpsichord? That's no Barbie dream house. That's a model of a French chateau. If you like homemade pasta, then you'll appreciate the details with the egg being in the flour on this piece. I've never seen origami done this intricately. Every kid who played the piano learned this song, so here it is in miniature form, but I got a magnifying glass. This is nuts how miniature it is. So at the very tip there is Banksy's Happy Choppers. Really, this was on the tip of the needle. This exhibit made me rethink about the different media and size of art. On to our last exhibit, but we're going to walk through a few neighborhoods in New York City. First is Washington Square Park. Next is Greenwich Village. As a bonus, here's crochet art on a traffic light. Well, take a look at that. There's the High Line. We're a part of it. And no, we're not here to go to the High Line in Chelsea. We're actually here to catch another art exhibit. Yeah, Chelsea is an artistic neighborhood. There's a lot of art exhibits around here. Okay, so there's the line. Hopefully it won't take too long to get in. After all, it was a free exhibit and we didn't make any reservations. Almost there. So close. Yayoi Kusama is a 94-year-old Japanese artist who became popular in the 1950s and 60s in New York City. She is known for conceptual art based in feminism, minimalism, surrealism, art brut, pop art, and abstract expressionism. Most people are familiar with her through the infinity mirror rooms. When you enter, the reflections and dots give a brief moment of disorientation. After a few seconds, you come to appreciate the beauty. That is why we waited in line to enter the exhibit. She had two other pieces that were opened for us to explore. One was about pumpkins, which is a common motif for her. The second one was on flowers, and they were covered in her trademark polka dots. So I hope if you're ever in New York City, you go to an art museum or look up to see whatever show is going on. Remember, art in NYC is everywhere and accessible to us all.